DHT is one of the biggest drivers of male hair loss. In this video, I'll explain natural DHT blockers, what they actually do and what they don't, and when they're worth using. First, let's quickly clear up what DHT really does to your hair. All right, DHT stands for dihydrotestosterone. Big word. Basically, it's a supercharged version of testosterone. Your body takes about 10% of your testosterone and converts it into DHT using an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase. Think of it like this. Testosterone is regular unleaded gas. DHT is rocket fuel. Now, DHT isn't all bad. During puberty, it's what gave you your deep voice, facial hair, and all that manly stuff. Yeah. But as you get older, DHT becomes a problem for your hair. Here's how. DHT binds to receptors in your hair follicles, especially at the temples and the crown. And when it does, it shrinks those follicles. Over time, they get smaller and smaller, and they just stop producing hair altogether. And the worst part, this process is slow. You don't wake up bald. You wake up noticing a little bit more scalp, a little more forehead, and before you know it, you're Googling best hats for bald guys. So the goal with natural DHT blockers is simple. Stop DHT from shrinking your follicles. But here's the thing. Not all DHT blockers are created equal. Some work, some don't, and some are just expensive snake oil. Let's break it down. There are 3 natural DHT blockers that actually have science behind them. Not just hype, not just influencers with good lighting, actual research. Number 1, saw Palmetto. This is the heavyweight champion of natural DHT blockers. Saw Palmetto comes from the berries of a small palm tree, and it works by inhibiting that 5-alpha reductase enzyme that I mentioned earlier. Studies show that it can reduce DHT levels by about 32% in the prostate. And while most of the research is on prostate health, there are studies showing that it helps with hair growth too. One study compared saw Palmetto to Finasteride. That's a prescription DHT blocker. And after 24 months, Finasteride was more effective, but saw Palmetto still improved hair count in 38% of guys. And here's the kicker. It didn't come with any other side effects. No performance issues, no mood swings, just a natural, gentle reduction in DHT. Number 2, pumpkin seed oil. This one surprised me. Pumpkin seed oil is rich in something called beta-sitosterol, which blocks DHT at the follicle level. In one study, guys taking 400 milligrams of pumpkin seed oil daily saw a 40% increase in hair count after 24 weeks. That's legit. It's also packed with zinc, which is essential for hair growth, and it reduces inflammation, which is another big factor in hair loss. Number 3, green tea extract, specifically EGCG. EGCG is a compound in green tea that's been shown to inhibit type 1 5-alpha reductase. That's the enzyme that converts testosterone into DHT. In lab studies, hair follicles treated with EGCG grew 180% longer than untreated follicles. Wild, right? Now, human studies are limited, but the research that we do have is promising, and green tea is cheap, safe, and easy to use into your routine. So those are the big 3. Saw Palmetto, pumpkin seed oil, and green tea extract, all backed by science, all safe, all natural. But here's where most guys mess up. They try to use these 3 ingredients separately, one at a time, and they don't see results because they're not addressing the whole problem. That's why we put together the Starter Reset Kit. It's got the main growth elixir, which has saw palmetto, pumpkin seed oil, and over 40 other botanicals, plus a scalp stimulator tool to prep your scalp so that everything works. If you want to grab it, head to watchstyleandmane.com, add the main growth elixir to your cart, and use code FRESHSTART at checkout. The scalp stimulator gets added for free. All right, now back to the science. Now let's talk about the stuff that doesn't work, because there's a lot of noise out there. Biotin. I know. Everyone talks about biotin for hair growth, but here's the truth. Biotin only works if you're deficient, and most people aren't. Unless you're eating raw eggs every day, or you have a rare genetic disorder, you're probably getting enough biotin through food. A study looked at biotin supplementation for hair loss. The result? No significant difference compared to placebo. So save your money. Collagen. Collagen is great for skin. It might help with hair strength, but it's not a DHT blocker. It's not going to stop your hair from falling out. Think of collagen like putting on a fresh coat of paint on a house with a crumbling foundation. It looks nice, but it's not fixing the real problem. Rosemary oil. Wait, before you freak out, let me explain. Rosemary oil is amazing for circulation. It's been shown to work as well as 2% minoxidil for hair growth, but it's not a DHT blocker. At least there's not enough evidence behind this. It helps hair grow in increasing blood flow to your scalp. That's different from blocking DHT. So if you're using rosemary oil, great, keep using it, but don't expect it to stop DHT from shrinking your follicles. You need both circulation and DHT blocking. Here's the biggest mistake that I see guys making with natural DHT blockers. They expect them to work like Finasteride. Finasteride is a prescription drug that blocks about 70% of DHT. It's aggressive, it's powerful, and it comes with side effects. Natural DHT blockers are gentler. They block maybe 30 to 40% of DHT. They're not going to give you the same dramatic results as pharmaceuticals. But here's the trade-off. They're safe. No side effects, no performance issues, no mood swings. So if you're expecting saw palmetto to give you the same results as finasteride, you're going to be disappointed. But if you're looking for a natural way to slow down hair loss and support regrowth, natural DHT blockers are a solid option. The key is consistency. You can't take saw palmetto for 2 weeks and expect miracles. You need to give it at least 3 to 6 months. Hair growth is slow. It's not sexy, but it works if you stick with it. So when should you use DHT blockers? If you're in the early stages of hair loss, if you're at stage 2 or stage 3 on the Norwood scale, meaning you've got some temple recession or mild thinning, natural DHT blockers can help you hold on to what you've got if you want to avoid pharmaceuticals. Look, I'm not anti-finasteride. If it works for you and you're not dealing with the side effects, great. But a lot of guys don't want to mess with their hormones, and that's fair. Natural DHT blockers give you an option that's safe, effective, and it doesn't come with all that extra baggage. If you're using them as part of a complete routine, this is key. Natural DHT blockers work best when you're also supporting your scalp health, improving circulation, and nourishing your hair follicles. It's not just about blocking DHT, it's about creating an environment where your hair can thrive. Natural DHT blockers work, but they're not magic. Saw palmetto, pumpkin seed oil, and green tea extract are all backed by science. They're safe, they're effective, and they're a solid option if you want to fight hair loss naturally. But you need to be realistic. They're not going to give you the same results as finasteride. They're not going to reverse advanced hair loss. What they will do is slow down the process, give your follicles a real fighting chance, and help you hold on to the hair that you've got. And if you're consistent, if you stick with it for 3 to 6 months, you'll see results. Your hair will feel thicker, you'll notice less shedding, and you might even see some regrowth. But you gotta put in the work. Now, if you wanna know the exact routine that I use to support my hair, the oils, the tools, the daily habits, I broke it all down in this video right here. But you gotta put in the work. It's the step-by-step system that helped me from a thinning crown to actually seeing growth. Click the screen right here, and I'll see you there next.